In boxing, respect isn't given, it's earned. And when you're at the top, everyone below is either praising your greatness or plotting your downfall. Naoya Inoue, known as the Monster, has long been seated on that high throne. Pound-for-pound elite, ruthless, unrelenting, undefeated. But now, eyes are turning elsewhere. A new name is climbing the ranks fast, Jesse "Bam" Rodriguez, the Mexican prodigy with the audacity to challenge legends and the skill to dismantle them. Bam isn't just another rising star, he's a phenomenon. The youngest world champion in boxing, he turned pro with quiet promise but has since evolved into a juggernaut. And while many prospects stumble under the pressure of top-tier opposition, Bam seems to grow stronger when the stakes are higher. After collecting the WBO flyweight title, fans began murmuring, could he be the one to bring Inoue's reign to an end? Before the world could take that possibility seriously, Jesse had to prove his mettle against another world-class name, Sonny Edwards. A four-time defending IBF flyweight champion, Edwards wasn't just talented. He was cocky, brash, and fully confident in his ability to humble Rodriguez. In the build-up, Edwards leaned into provocation, trying to rattle Jesse with insults, middle fingers, and trash talk that bordered on theatrical. "You're a weirdo," he spat. "You wear weird clothes, and you don't have any heart for this game." But for Rodriguez, boxing isn't about words. It's about actions. Critics had whispered for months that Jesse had yet to face someone truly elite. Edwards offered the perfect opportunity to silence those doubts. The British champion opened strong, looking composed and tactical, making use of his movement and timing. But Rodriguez, patient as a hunter in tall grass, began walking him down. By the second round, Jesse had found his rhythm, throwing combinations with the kind of confidence that told you he had studied this moment in his head 1,000 times. Edwards, often elusive and difficult to pin down, was suddenly being hit cleanly. And then repeatedly. Swelling started to form around his eye. A cut opened. His defense was beginning to crumble. This wasn't just Jesse Rodriguez boxing, it was a statement. Round after round, Rodriguez applied relentless pressure. Not wild or reckless, but calculated, clinical, and cruel. Edwards, a man who had prided himself on not just winning but not being touched, found himself in uncharted territory. The blood, the swelling, the inability to escape, it was all a new, bitter reality. And then, everything changed. For the first time in his professional career, Sonny Edwards was dropped. Flattened. Face first. It was the kind of moment that defines careers. The kind that echoes through highlight reels and commentary booths. Edwards got back up, but the toll had been taken. Rodriguez didn't stop until the British corner had no choice but to intervene, saving their fighter from any further punishment. Post-fight examinations revealed that Edwards had suffered a fractured orbital bone and had been seeing double mid-fight. That explained the desperation in his movement and the helplessness in his eyes. Rodriguez had answered the doubts. And he'd answered them emphatically. But Inoue's legend isn't built on fragile foundations. Back in 2019, before Jesse Rodriguez had even tasted world title glory, Inoue was etching his name among the greats with each terrifying performance. That year, he entered the World Boxing Super Series, a gauntlet designed to crown the division's true king. The prize. Not just championship belts, but the prestigious Muhammad Ali Trophy. Inoue breezed through the early rounds like a man possessed. Opponents were left sprawled across the canvas, bewildered at what had just hit them. But all that carnage led to a climactic final against a legend, Nonito Donaire. Donaire was no stranger to pain or glory. With 40 victories and a highlight reel of knockout finishes, he wasn't just a step up in competition. He was a wall of fire that Inoue would have to walk through. And walk through it he did. From the opening bell, Donaire came to win. He wasn't afraid of the Japanese prodigy. He threw with power and precision, and in the second round, he landed something monumental, a thunderous left hook that shattered Inoue's orbital bone. It was the kind of punch that ends careers. But Inoue didn't fold. He adapted. Wounded, bleeding, and visibly hurt, Inoue continued fighting. He adjusted his angles, timed his counters, and continued to push forward. In round 9, Donaire again stunned him, this time visibly rocking him with a clean counter to the chin. But what happened next was otherworldly. Instead of clinching or backing away, Inoue slipped a follow-up hook and returned fire with an uppercut. It was the reflex of a man born to fight. In round 11, Inoue found his revenge. A vicious left hook to Donaire's liver collapsed the veteran. Donaire, known for his grit, doubled over in agony. He survived the round, but barely. Inoue pounced in the 12th, pummeling him with precision, and while he didn't get the knockout, he got the next best thing. Unanimous victory in a fight that would later be crowned Fight of the Year. Inoue walked out victorious, but with a broken nose, a shattered orbital, and a whole new level of respect from the boxing world. The following year, Jesse Rodriguez would begin carving out his own legacy and a pivotal defense of his super flyweight title. Jesse stepped into the ring with Srisaket. Sor Rungvisai, an iron-fisted Thai legend who once stopped Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez. With over 50 wins, most by knockout, Sor Rungvisai was known as a brawler who could end careers with a single shot. Rodriguez didn't flinch. He danced. From the early moments, it was clear that Bam's speed and IQ were levels above. He darted in and out, connecting cleanly while staying out of danger. Sor Rungvisai threw heavy, but Jesse was never there to be hit. The gap in class widened with each passing minute. Then came the moment that silenced any remaining doubters. In the 7th round, a left hook to the temple dropped Sor Rungvisai. It was clean, violent, and symbolic. Jesse wasn't just outpointing a legend, he was overpowering him. By the 8th, Rodriguez smelled blood. He closed the show with ruthless efficiency, forcing a stoppage and once again walking away untouched and unbeaten. Just 22 years old, Jesse Rodriguez was no longer a prospect. He was a two-division world champion, a conqueror of legends. But Inoue? He'd already gone through his own storm of doubters and destroyers, and another explosive chapter of his career. Inoue faced Emmanuel Rodriguez, an undefeated world champion from Puerto Rico known for his grit and unbreakable chin. What made this bout even more volatile was the pre-fight drama. Rodriguez's trainer shoved Inoue's father during the build-up, sparking outrage in the Japanese camp. Inoue remained stoic, but the fire in his eyes spoke volumes. When the bell rang, Rodriguez charged forward. He wanted to dictate the pace. But Inoue didn't panic. He absorbed, studied, and then struck. A textbook left hook dropped Rodriguez flat. He rose, only to be greeted by a brutal body shot that folded him in half. Rodriguez had never been knocked down before that night. Inoue did it twice in under 2 rounds. That kind of violence doesn't go unnoticed. And so we arrive at today's burning question. Could Jesse "Bam" Rodriguez be the man to finally dethrone Naoya Inoue? On paper, it's a tantalizing matchup. Both are 5 feet 4 inches to 5 feet 5 inches, and both share nearly identical reach. But there's one glaring difference: weight class. Inoue currently campaigns at bantamweight and beyond, while Jesse would need to climb at least 2 divisions to meet him. That's not a small leap. Gaining weight, maintaining speed, and retaining power against naturally bigger men? That's a tall ask for any fighter, even one as special as Bam. Still, Rodriguez has proven he thrives on challenges. His timing, movement, and punch selection could pose real problems for Inoue, particularly if the Japanese icon underestimates him. But therein lies the problem. Inoue doesn't underestimate anyone. He trains like he's the underdog in every fight, And that's what makes him so dangerous. If Bam makes the move, he'll likely first look to unify at flyweight and then potentially step into the lion's den. The path won't be easy. The stakes will be enormous. But the reward. Immortality. In boxing, there are champions. There are legends. And then there are stories that live on forever. A fight between Jesse Rodriguez and Naoya Inoue wouldn't just be a contest of fists. It would be a collision of two timelines, two meteoric rises, and two fighters who refuse to believe in limits. Oh, as the dust settles and fans continue speculating, one truth remains: the storm is coming. And when it arrives, we may witness one of the greatest fights of this generation. Who do you think walks away victorious? Bam Rodriguez or Naoya Inoue? Let us know. And if you love the sweet science, be sure to subscribe for more stories from boxing's front lines.